Have you ever wondered if God really sees you? If God notices the struggles you carry or the weight you hide behind others? Maybe you're not sure. Maybe you've prayed and prayed for something to change and it hasn't. You look around and think, does God even see me at all? In today's gospel, we hear about Elizabeth, the wife of Zechariah. For years, she carried the pain of being childless. And in her culture, this wasn't just a personal sorrow, it was a public disgrace. People whispered. She likely felt judged, forgotten, and unseen. But in her old age, God intervenes. Elizabeth's words hits me deeply. So has the Lord done for me at a time when he has seen fit to take away my disgrace before others. That word, disgrace, it stands out to me. It's not just Elizabeth's story. It's a word that can resonate with all of us. Maybe you've felt a sense of shame, like you've let people down or yourself down. Maybe you carry a past mistake that still haunts you. Maybe you feel invisible, like the work you do, the dreams you have, or even when you are, even who you are just doesn't seem to matter to anyone. But when you feel unseen long enough, it's easy to wonder if God sees you at all. That's what I love about Elizabeth's story. Because even years after years of silence, years of waiting, years of wondering, God does see her. God takes away the shame she carried. But here's the key. He does it in his time. Not when she expected, not how she imagined it. But at that perfect moment, her story becomes part of God's larger plan. The birth of John the Baptist, who prepares the way for Jesus. I know it's not always easy to believe that God sees you, especially when you've been waiting for answers that don't seem to come. But the story of Elizabeth reminds us of something important. God's timing is not our timing, and God's ways are not always our ways. You might hesitate to trust that truth, I get it. But let me ask you this. Where in your life do you feel invisible right now? Is it at work, where your efforts go unnoticed? In your relationships, where you feel misunderstood? Or maybe it's something deeper, like the shame of a mistake or the loneliness of feeling forgotten. Wherever you are, hear this. God sees you. He sees what you're carrying. He hasn't forgotten you. Like Elizabeth, your story is not over. For the rest of this Advent season, let yourself believe, even just for a moment, that God is near. Bring him the places you feel unseen, unheard, unworthy. And even if your faith feels small, even if you're unsure, let God into that space. The same God who saw Elizabeth's pain sees yours too. And in his time, in his way, God's grace will lift you up. He will take away the weight of shame and replace it with dignity, hope, and healing. As we prepare for Christmas, remember this. God is not far. He is near, and he sees you, every part of you. So let go of that voice that says you're invisible, and let God's voice speak to your heart. You are seen, you are loved, and you are enough.